Pulisic here. Leao, he's got away from him. Rafael Leao, and Rangers! What a block that is from Bastoni. It might well have been going over in any case, but Leao showing why he is unique.
Yeah, incredible stuff, incredible game. Wonderful first 15 minutes of the second half, and look, Leao is unstoppable in that position. Here, waited the right time. And look, Bastoni with his head, saving his goal. Wonderful stuff from Leao first, and then Bastoni with a bit of luck. But you have to you have to stand up to beat that ball.
Really brave block from Bastoni that. We'll never know unless we get some technology that tells us about the trajectory of the ball as to whether that would have gone under or over the crossbar. Place your bets now, but wonderful work from Rafael Leao, who won the free kick for Theo Hernandez's goal. Another look at Mehdi Taremi's goal, which made it into 2, Milan 0.
I don't know why Malik Chow is in that position, and Taremi spots a big gap in between the two centre-back. And the Theo, I think Sommer there has to stay near the post there. If AC Milan will find the net over the wall, it's not your fault, but surely you don't have to concede the kind of goal from that distance.
Don't recall Inter looking this fragile at the back during a game for a while. Even Atalanta, they have the 127 goals across all competitions in 2024 as a calendar year. Didn't fashion too many opportunities, but had Bastoni not blocked that, Rangers might well have equalised. And Theo and Dumfries continue their duello a distanza, a long-term feud. There's Luigi De Siervo, who's CEO for Lega Serie A.
Yeah, this happens, Patrick, when you play with your main trio up front. Leao on the left, Morata and Pulisic on the right.
Theo Hernandez finding Fofana. Here's Theo again. He's got Rangers in support. Look at the red shirts. Theo for Morata. It was just behind Rafael Leao. But Inter can now counter. That's the danger for Milan. Di Marco beaten to the ball by Tomori, and Inter are making changes. Zielinski and Carlos Augusto on the way. Rangers, Fofana, now Emerson Royale. Pulisic gets there. Pulisic's cross. Theo Hernandez, it's Morata in fact. What a save from Sommer. Excellent goalkeeping to keep out Morata.
Yeah, great ball in. And wonderful header from Theo Hernandez, sneaking on the bar post. And Sommer has to produce a fabulous save to keep Inter into the lead.
Great leap there from Morata. Wonderful cross from Pulisic. And it almost looked like Milan had equalised. Mkhitaryan is coming off, having been booked. We've seen this before from Simone Inzaghi. That's why Zielinski will replace him. Carlos Augusto is the other change. Dumfries has also had his name taken, but typically Carlos Augusto is either for Bastoni to play at left centre-back or Di Marco at left wing-back. It looks like the latter, it is.
But I think Inter are suffering at the moment on the right side, where Theo and Leao are almost impossible to stop. And here more legs on the left side, more physical presence with Augusto. But AC Milan are doing so well now.
That was better goalkeeping from Sommer. Anticipated the header from Morata. Emerson with a long throw. Cleared as far as Lautaro Martinez. Won then by Carlos Augusto, his first touch. Chow didn't want to take any chances, but he has given it away to Barella, who might release Dumfries now. He does.
Yeah, I think Inter needs to keep a bit the ball better with Asllani. That's why probably he opted to bring on Zielinski.
Milan's next match, a home game against Cagliari before their round 19 game, is a trip to Como. That was Taremi running in behind. Milan want the flag. Lautaro Martinez meantime. Barella waits for Aslani to join in.
I think probably, Patrick, because we didn't see much about Conceição, obviously, because he's been on the bench for one game. I think this is something that Inzaghi spotted on Conceição philosophy, staying high line and trying to hit them with this long ball towards one of the strikers, like when Taremi scored.
Barella into beating the press. Aslani. Now it's Bisek. Can bring it forward here. On it goes for Dumfries. Nice football from Inter. Dumfries. Taremi. That was an easier chance than the one he scored.
Yeah, wonderful move from Inter. Decent run from Bisek, then Dumfries, unmarked. A wonderful ball in for Taremi. Could have scored an easy tap in, but missed a huge chance, probably to kill the game in the right moment.
Chow finds Emerson Royale. We've still got a quarter of this match remaining. It's been a great game at Al Awwal Park. That was awkward for Morata to control. Who got the last touch? Stefan De Vrij, corner to Milan.
And good job by Alvaro Morata. De Vrij, we know him, he's very physical. He usually wins this kind of 50-50 challenge. And now we see Milan got a chance again.
Musa. Reinders. Tail with the ball in, and that was a free header for Tomori, who has scored in the derby before. He got what was eventually a consolation when Inter won the second start.
Yeah, that was the chance. And Tomori's got a couple of goals in his locker.
Taremi. Lautaro. Waits for Bisek to arrive. This is Taremi, Lautaro Martinez! This time Maignan got behind it.
Yeah, now Inter is playing good football, especially in transition, finding Taremi in the pocket. Cannot be picked there. The AC Milan defenders has to be braver and go and challenge him in the middle of the park. So for a second Lautaro was going to hit it one touch.
Lautaro's fourth goal in the Super Cup. In each of the last four finals, leaving him level with Paulo Dybala. He did, however, score multiple goals in games. I remember a couple for Juventus against Lazio in particular. Tomori finds Teo. Raphael Leão. Looking for Morata. He's pulled away here. Down for Pulisic. Tomori. Emerson. Sergio Conceição urging Theo Hernandez forward on the far side. Instead it's Pulisic on this near side. Pulisic with another dangerous cross. This time Sommer took charge.
Yeah, every time Pulisic reaches the byline, he's able to find a cross.
There's Bobo Vieri. Don't ordinarily get a wave when there's a cutaway to a legend, but Vieri knows what he's doing. Great goal scorer in his day, now a very respected pundit.
That's what Tomori has to do. If Lautaro is coming deep, just go and try to match him, try to challenge him, so you don't concede an easy turn. And then when troubles are starting from.
Zielinski. Bisek. Here's Taremi finding plenty of space. And now Lautaro Martinez again turning. Dumfries. Carlos Augusto couldn't quite force it home. He's claiming it across the line. No buzz on the watch for Simone Sozza, and Maignan needed a helping hand from the post. Reinders meantime. Here go Milan with Raphael. Fouled by Barella, another yellow card, and ominously another Milan free kick on the edge of the box.
Yeah, fantastic football here. Chance from Inter, then immediately counter, and chance for AC Milan, who's got another. Here, look. Yeah, I think referee is
he's nowhere near the ball, is he?
Spot on. But look here, again Lautaro driving the ball, winning that challenge against Tomori. This is a decent ball. They are always a bit of luck. Carlos Augusto is always the favorite one to win the aerial challenge, but then at the end Musa did well, and the ball somehow has been kept off the line. Incredible stuff.
Bounced off the post onto the line, and then Maignan luckily had his knee just far enough forward whereby it caught his knee and then stayed the right side of the line from a Milan perspective. Teo's already scored one, albeit it was more central than this. This is a more natural position for a right footer, but having already scored a free kick, how Theo Hernandez would love to channel Sinisa Mihajlovic, a former Milan coach, and score multiple free kicks in the same game. Sinisa famously doing so with a hat-trick for Lazio.
Yeah, against Sampdoria, I think. Ferrano was in goal.
Sure, well, thank you for reminding him. Theo this time for Reinders, and by the time they shifted in, it allowed Lautaro to make the block. And now that's a mistake from Emerson Royal. Then he got a little bit lucky in blocking the through ball. Dumfries charging forward. Too strong for Emerson Royal. Dumfries. This is Zielinski. Emerson Royal gets there. Pulisic chasing after it. He looks fatigued.
Sometimes the easiest option is always the right one. There, Emerson Royal, you don't have to do anything special. They put the ball in the byline, and here you can appreciate the goal line technology, because I'm sure the linesman cannot see anything from the distance.
Especially because we just had a game between Juventus and Milan here. There was a famous ghost goal, wasn't there, many years ago? Suleiman Tari, I believe. Don't want to see a repeat of that, hence why GLT is very welcome. Certainly much more black and white than VAR. Personally, I'd love to see the technology they use in tennis to see whether that shot from Reinders would have gone under the crossbar or not. Tomori gets there ahead of Lautaro Martinez. Both teams are having to take chances here. Milan in particular, because they're chasing the game, but Inter know that another goal would kill it off. Andrea Pirlo alongside Roberto Donadoni there.
Yeah, probably Conceição, without Inter being without Thuram, opted to stay with the high line, because he knows that maybe Lautaro and Taremi are not the quickest, but costed the goal.
Leao, Morata, Emerson Royal. Morata was waiting, Bisek got there. Barella well found by Taremi. Here's Taremi again, Barella charging through. Theo came across and played the ball, and Maignan will avoid a corner. Barella can't believe he's not got a free kick there, but certainly the path the ball took seemed to suggest there was a touch off the defender.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Patrick, because I think the only thing that Barella was looking for was a foul by Malik Shaw, but yeah, you can appreciate that probably Barella touch.
It was Chow, who maybe didn't get the ball. Emerson. Nice layoff by Pulisic. And that was the wrong option taken by a player who's never scored for Milan, Yunus Musa. There's Marco Materazzi. A lot of legends in the stadium tonight.
And Vincent Candela never played for Inter or AC Milan, boys.
Ah, you're right, I didn't spot him there. Tammy Abraham on the way for TG Rangers, so Conceição is giving it a go. Vincent Candela, by the way, these days plays a lot of paddle with Francesco Totti.
What a fullback he was, by the way. World Cup winner in France, I think.
1998. So Musa also taken off. Loftus-Cheek is the other man on, so an English double. Musa, unfortunately, his last touch was that sliced shot out of play. It did allow the Rossoneri to make the change. Bastoni's ball forward.
Yeah, now Patrick looks like a proper 4-4-2 with the Pulisic, Morata, Abraham and Leao and Fofana and Loftus-Cheek in the middle of the park. Obviously Conceição goes for it.
And it was 4-4-2, the shape that Milan chose back in September when they won against Inter. That was Fonseca, this is Conceição. And now it's Leao to complete the Portuguese connection. Leao overhit for Loftus-Cheek but kept in play by Theo Hernandez, who drives in the cross. Abraham rose well. Given away though by Dumfries. Loftus-Cheek. Emerson Royal. Pulisic now, who's been quiet by his own standards. Leao. Abraham. Emerson waits for Chow on the overlap. Came off Zielinski. Emerson Royal again. Up and away by Bastoni.
Yeah, now Inter has to defend properly. 4 strikers.
Taremi using Zielinski. No foul there. Michael Fabri, the 4th official, told Zielinski to get on with it. Loftus-Cheek, another player who's struggled this season. Pulisic. That's the cross. Sommer came, and that was positive goalkeeping.
Yeah, good job by Sommer, because now AC Milan got a massive physical presence inside the box with Ibrahim Morata plus Loftus-Cheek coming late.
Carlos Augusto stepping past Morata, who then came back. Came off Emerson Royal last. Inzaghi unhappy with the assistant on this near side. He felt there were a couple of fouls on Carlos Augusto prior to that. The assistant on this near side is Ciro Carbone. Lautaro. Toe in ahead of Dumfries. It's broken for Aslani there. Nearly got the return from Taremi. More interchanges afoot, including Davide Fratesi, scoring last season's Super Cup. Good ball that from Leao. Theo Hernandez. Pulisic. He's got there and he scored! Pulisic finds the net in back-to-back derbies. And from 2-0 down, the Rossoneri have come roaring back. It's all square in Riyadh.
What a finish, Patrick, by Pulisic. There, wonderful job has been made by Theo Hernandez. He doesn't give up. Go and run, collect the ball, almost lost ball, and then played a wonderful one into the penalty spot area where Pulisic control with his right foot and find a wonderful, wonderful finish where Sommer cannot do anything. Look, Bastoni, they are scared probably to concede a penalty. Ball in between Carlos Augusto's legs, and then Sommer cannot save that. And this is the equalizer that AC Milan was looking for.
He scored the equaliser on this ground in the semi-final against Juventus. He scored the equaliser on this ground at that end of the ground against Inter. Double figures for the season for Christian Pulisic. And he scored in 2 straight editions of the Derby della Madonnina. And Theo Hernandez, having scored a free kick, now has an assist for the second. And it is the first time that Inter have conceded more than 1 goal since the 4-4 draw against Juventus, when they also conceded a 2-goal cushion. Stefano Pioli's here, albeit trying to blend in.
I think that Simone Inzaghi spotted that he needed more legs. He was probably going to take off Barella, then showing again when he wants to be involved, he wants to be a part, he wants to play as his standard. He can make the difference.
Well, we're 10 minutes away from a penalty shootout to decide who wins this competition. Davide Calabria, who's still technically the Milan club captain, is going to come on, presumably because either Emerson Royal has got a problem or Sergio Conceição, having scored the leveller, now wants his side to third to Inter. But this is the sort of response that was missing under Paulo Fonseca, that intangible attributes that Sergio Conceição seems to possess: heart, desire, will to win, all the things he's been talking about with the media.
Yeah, like somebody compared him to Conte for the way that his passion, I can say, his heart. Calabria come on for the American. You can see he takes him out, got speed now.
I see him as somewhere between Conte and Simeone.
You're picking now to
no pressure.
Managers, yeah. I think I can remember. You can see somebody when he talks with his heart. He talks about feelings, heart, desire, commitment. AC Milan look like a completely different team at the moment.
They do, having conceded twice either side of the break. But here goes Taremi. There's still space in the midfield for Inter to exploit. Dumfries decided against the cross. Barella. Now Zielinski, cleverly done. Taremi beaten to it by Chow, who decided to concede the corner. No risks run there from the German.
Yeah, good move by Taremi, but then Chow did well. Now Inter never know, with 7 minutes to go. We see they are so good in set piece now.
Aslani takes the corner. Dumfries! It was nearly his third goal in 2 games on this ground.
Yeah, that wasn't a bad effort with his left foot meeting the ball in a full volley. I guess he was the target because 4 Inter players were.
Is taking issue with someone, not sure who, but De Vrij have been taken off. Fratesi and Darmian have come on, so Bisek presumably to centre back, Manuel, and Fratesi to provide some energy in midfield.
Or Bastoni, we're gonna say. I don't know, probably Barella is not happy maybe with the referee with that decision that went against him in short time.
He's linked with a move away. There was some rather mischievous comments last evening from the Roma sporting director Florent Ghisolfi, who said that Fratesi is un figlio di Roma, literally a son of that city, so if Roma had the opportunity to recruit him, they might have a go at that, but Inter's asking price is certainly high for a starter in the Italian national team. Bastoni. Dumfries delivering there from Martinez. Maignan wanted Chow to shepherd it behind, but Chow knew he was lurking.
Yeah, Dumfries had a fantastic couple of games here. It's a decent ball.
There's Luca Toni, Alex Del Piero as well, Massimo Oddo, all 3 World Cup winners from 2006. Aslani with the ball in. Fratesi was waiting again. Bastoni down the side for Taremi. He's done well here. Mehdi Taremi. Easy save for Maignan in the end.
Yeah, I don't know if Loftus-Cheek, obviously he didn't spot it behind him.
Ciro Ferrara, former Napoli and Juventus player.
Scudetto winners with both teams.
Champions League winner with Juventus.
Yeah, the last time they won it in Rome against Ajax.
Sergio Conceição, I think, telling Calabria it is now his moment to come on. Rafael teasing it in, overhit though for Abraham. We've seen that Milan can be very good when afforded open space. That was a feature of theirs under Pioli, under Fonseca, now under Conceição. It is going to be Emerson Royal, incidentally, coming off for Davide Calabria, who's barely featured this season because of injury, and he's been out of favour too. The big question about Milan is, can they win games comfortably when they start as favourites?
Yeah, we're gonna see if they're gonna do it under Conceição. But look, they've got the quality to beat any single team in Italy. They showed even in Europe to be so good.
Zielinski for Lautaro. Fratesi calling for it. Here is Fratesi, and now Denzel Dumfries. Maignan makes a big save there for Milan.
I think there is a glorious chance for Inter. I think Dumfries' last touch went too close to Maignan and gave the chance for the French goalie to go off his line and go closer to Dumfries. That was the chance to win the game. That could be easy. I'm sorry for Dumfries. Scored 3 goals in 2 games.
And all at that end of the ground as well. Great work from João to keep out Fratesi. Milan have needed some saves from Maignan, making himself big there. Aslani takes the set piece. Carlos Augusto climbing. Zielinski, who's very two-footed. Inter want to win this game in 90 minutes, having spurned a 2-goal lead. Milan probably be quite happy to see this game out and take their chances from 12 yards. Bastoni, Lautaro, Taremi, Lautaro again. Milan have got it clear. Abraham for Pulisic. Now Bastoni's gone lunging in. I don't recall Inter getting this many yellow cards in a single game for a long time.
Yeah. Either. I think, to be fair, Conceição is keeping Pulisic on the park because he sees the opportunity to go into the penalty. A nice one from Bastoni, to be fair.
High challenge indeed. And now we are seeing maybe that Inter are missing Acerbi and Pavard, still out injured. They've done very well to perform in the absence of those two first-choice defenders. A lot of noise about complaining too vocally, but this evening we have seen some deficiencies at the back. One by Darmian, Aslani for Carlos Augusto. Zielinski now, as we move towards the added time. Final minute of 90. Just a throw in, not a corner.
Yeah, but what a job is Fofana doing every single game he plays in.
With no rest either. Zielinski. Cleared away by Loftus-Cheek. Not sure what Calabria was doing there. Play to the whistle.
Yeah, I think there, to be fair, even Taremi could have... It was clear that Zielinski was looking for that pass, maybe to receive the ball back and going for a shot. Taremi read it too late.
5 minutes to decide if we're going to have a winner in the 90 minutes or whether we will go straight to penalties to see who claims the EA Sports FC Super Cup. Inter going for an unprecedented 4 in a row for 9 all told. Taremi, Lautaro Martinez. It's behind Carlos Augusto. He won't keep it in play.
Yeah, look like Patrick that Inter are trying to win it now, and as you say, the AC Milan will be happy to go into the penalties.
Pulisic, risky ball out there. That's because Inter will remember exactly what happened last year against Napoli. Lautaro Martinez in the first minute of added time, the only goal. Here is Lautaro Martinez. He wanted to do it again.
Yeah, good try there. Taremi winning the aerial challenge, and then Lautaro trying to surprise Mourinho.
We shouldn't forget that Sergio Conceição is also playing for his future as Milan boss. He technically has a deal that runs until the summer of 2026, an 18-month contract, but Milan, just as they did with Paulo Fonseca, do have a unilateral option to cut ties this summer. The way things are going, if Conceição could start by winning a derby to claim a piece of silverware, that would go a long way towards keeping the job. But you do feel it will probably come down to qualifying in the Champions League places, which is difficult now with Inter, Atalanta and Napoli so far ahead. Looks to be almost between Milan and Juventus in terms of big clubs for that fourth spot.
Yeah, then we're going to see if Lazio can keep the pace they are keeping. It won't be a bad start to start with a piece of silverware, just being 2 games into your job.
Tomori, it's a wayward pass straight to Dumfries. This will give Inter encouragement. Dumfries for Taremi. Maignan was always going to get that. Theo Hernandez has been so heavily criticised, but he's had a key role in both goals. Scored the first, made the second. Here's the score of that second. Christian Pulisic. Through it goes for Rafa Leão! And there's Abraham to win the Super Cup. The mother of all turnarounds in Riyadh for Milan. Inter looked like they were going to make it 4 in a row. But somehow in this second half, Sergio Conceição's side have scored 3 times without reply, and in added time it's Abraham, the ace in the pack.
Patrick, again Leão making the difference for his team. When this player is in the mood, is unstoppable. Great run being spotted by Pulisic, I think, and then Abraham scored the easiest goal of his career. And this look, wonderful ball in by Pulisic. Look, the Leão run, and Tommy Abraham there, easiest goal in his career. But this means a Super Cup in a derby.
Tammy Abraham once scored a match-winning brace in the Derby della Capitale. That was just bragging rights on the line when he was a Roma player. Now, as a Milan player, he's scored the goal that means back-to-back derby wins for Milan. Surely it's not over quite yet, and it does mean a first Super Cup for them in a long while, since 2016. And it looks like Inter's reign in this competition is coming to an end. 3 straight trophies, but then Sergio Conceição came along. Talk about character.
No, Patrick, this is unreal. Thought that Inter was going to try to win it, but when those players are combining up front.
Bastoni with the ball in. Inter could yet level here. It's broken the way of Bisek. We've pretty much played the 5 added minutes. We'll have another minute or 2. Bisek kept quiet by Theo Hernandez, who is loving it tonight. And are we seeing a shift in the balance of power, at least when this fixture is concerned? Inter won 6 in a row. It looks like it's going to be 2 on the bounce for Milan, and in wonderful circumstances for them as well. Because it's one thing winning, it's another coming from 2-0 down to win.
Yeah, of course, this is a huge one. In a Super Cup final, Patrick, don't forget that, because winning a derby and then lifting a trophy in front of your enemy, sportive talking obviously, is a beautiful thing.
The crowd here booing, they want the final whistle. Milan have won the header. Leao, what a cameo from him off the bench, and to think he isn't 100% fit. Milan asking Simone Sozza to blow for full time. Bastoni goes direct. Dumfries got his head to it. Fratesi needs to keep it in play, he can't. And I think we now know the destination of the Super Cup. The last time they won it was in Doha. What a feeling for Francesco Camarda as well. 16 years of age, he's about to get his hands on a winner's medal. Mehdi Taremi getting the ball out of the net and spotting it for Maignan, who is well within his rights to take his time over this. But we missed this in the derby when Inter were winning 6 on the bounce. A bit more jeopardy, knowing which way the game would go. After 3 consecutive Super Cups, Inter's run is over. Milan claim it with the most extraordinary comeback in Riyadh. Sergio Conceição, in only his second game in charge of the Rossoneri, has inspired this second half fight back. They trailed by 2-0 early on in the second period, but then Leao came on, Theo came to life, and Abraham won it in added time. He's had the flu, he's been under the weather. This Milan side had 24 hours fewer to prepare, not a full squad to pick from. And yet through sheer gut and determinations and quality as well, the Rossoneri have come from behind here. Simone Inzaghi doesn't win 4 in a row, and after all that talk about Inter evening up Juventus's tally of 9 Super Cups, it's now the 8th triumph for Milan. They move level with Inter, all that after Inter beat them to win their second star back in the spring. 2 straight derby victories for Milan, and after Gabbia, this time around Manuel Pascali, it's Tammy Abraham, the hero of the hour.
Yeah, but this is some story to be fair. Thinking about being Conceição, 2 games being on the AC Milan bench, you won against Juve, then you won a derby, in the Super Cup final you're gonna lift a trophy. People that worked with him, under him, said, but you can see he's a manager that's got heart, passion. You can see he's immediately into AC Milan players, into their heart.
Mehdi Taremi on the losing side against his former coach. He got his second goal for Inter. It looked like Inter were well on their way at that stage to make it 4 in a row. But Tammy Abraham was a late substitution, sent on by Sergio Conceição. Rafa Leao changed the game, and a word for Theo Hernandez as well, the scorer of a free kick to halve the deficit, the provider of Pulisic's equaliser. And it does appear there are brighter days ahead under Sergio Conceição after much misery for Milan this season. And they will take their time now in savouring this piece of silverware. It's their first trophy, incidentally, since they won the Scudetto in 2022 when they beat Inter to the title. Well, tonight they've beaten Inter to the title again. And for once, Inter are going to have to watch on, as they did in the 2023 Champions League final, whilst another team celebrates and lifts the trophy.
Yeah, I don't know if Patrick... anyone around the world would have guessed £1, €1 on AC Milan to win this game after being 2-0 down. But when you go, obviously AC Milan got quality players. When Theo, Leao are playing like that, Pulisic, don't forget him. Again, providing a fantastic ball in for Leao for the winning goal. Anything can happen. When in the right mood, they can hurt any team around Europe with the quality they've got, especially going forward.
This competition does mean a lot to those teams. You can see it from Inter's reaction. You could tell from how they feted it and celebrated it in recent years. But Zlatan Ibrahimovic, in his new role as a senior advisor to the ownership, now gets his first piece of silverware since being in that upstairs role, having been part of the team on the pitch that won the Scudetto in 2022. And Sergio Conceição, if he's this good when he's under the weather, just imagine what he can achieve when he's fit and firing with a full night's sleep.
That's, I think, the main problem he has to solve, Patrick, because we've seen AC Milan on their day beating Inter, playing so well against Real Madrid as well. The problem was the consistency. Now Sergio Conceição has to work on that, because we've seen AC Milan giving wonderful performances, then playing so bad against the so-called small teams. So he's got a big job to do, but it's not a bad start.
It's hard to lose a derby. Ordinarily, after you do lose one, you go home and sleep in your own bed. These two teams share a ground at San Siro. It's going to be a long trip home for Inter. It's going to be a triumph of a flight back to Milan for the Rossoneri. And Simone Inzaghi has now lost each of his last two derbies. First to Fonseca, now to Conceição. And you start to wonder if they can play like this in one-off matches. Might Milan be targeting success in Europe as opposed to doing something domestically? They're still a long way off that, but...
Yeah, Patrick, you never know, because they've got the quality, they've got the players, Patrick. This is, without doubt, we watched last night Roma against Lazio, and we say the same things. Roma have got a wonderful team, wonderful players, and we can say the same about AC Milan. And I think since the derby they lost last season, that cost them, giving the chance to Inter to win the second stars, the 20th Scudetto from their own eyes. This you can see what meant for all the AC Milan players.
It stings for Inter. They had made this trophy their own. They beat Juventus, they defeated Milan, they won against Napoli, but now in their fourth straight final they've come unstuck. Simone Inzaghi, who had looked like he was invincible in this competition, well, he's encountered his kryptonite this evening. Tammy Abraham is going to take the Player of the Match award, perhaps, from the looks of it, having scored the winner. Indeed. Well, the match winner ended up winning the awards, but this is another piece of silverware for the entire squad. Leao, Theo et al. Abraham's name goes down as the match winner. Milan are the latest victors in the EA Sports FC Super Cup, and no wonder Luigi De Siervo is smiling. This has been exactly what the organisers would have wanted when they took it to Saudi Arabia. A derby, and a derby that played out in these circumstances.
Yeah, of course, and what a wonderful game of football this has been. Here the winning goal. It's a good story for Abraham as well, Patrick, because he's been on the sidelines for long periods, but you can see his attitude, his commitment has been different class. Every time, even if he was not playing or he was playing 5-10 minutes, he was always the first to bring enthusiasm, joy. You can see he's a nice guy, and he deserves this goal after the hard work, hard shift he put.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic will feel vindicated as well. He took the difficult decision to relieve Paulo Fonseca of his duties. He did apologise about the manner in which the former head coach was dismissed. They put him up in front of the media in a press conference before then deciding to officially inform him he's out of the job. But they seem to have got his successor right. A win against Juventus from behind, a win against Inter from behind.
And both with the late goals, because the Gatti own goals first, the semi-final, then Abraham goal here in the derby. This means that Conceição started the job properly. Now he's got 4 or 5 months to reach the target of the Champions League spot.
And 2 winnable games on paper next. Cagliari, the next visitors to San Siro, then a trip to the Senigallia to take on Como before his next tough match, a team he's already faced, Juventus away on the 18th of January. Inter will try and gather their thoughts and go again to try and win back-to-back league titles. They've made no secret of the fact that they believe they can win the Champions League as well. But this night belongs to Milan after a second half which had a bit of everything. We'll leave you with the statistics. We'll be back very shortly to talk you through the trophy presentation.
starts now. السيدات والسادة، سيبدأ الآن حفل تتويج كأس السوبر الإيطالي EA Sports FC Super Cup 2025.
We saw those ribbons at the start of the night. There was blue, black and red, but the blue has been dispensed with. It is a Rossoneri night in Riyadh. And they're going to take their time celebrating this. They had to watch on as Inter celebrated that second star right in front of their faces back last spring in April. But tonight, the evening in Saudi Arabia belongs to Milan, and Sergio Conceição in particular, the common denominator. We will, of course, begin with the runners-up, who will come up and get their medals for being on the losing side. It's a new sensation for many of those players.
Super Cup 2025. السيدات والسادة، رحبوا معنا بحكام بطولة كأس السوبر الإيطالي EA Sport FC Super Cup 2025. Simone Sosa, Ciro Carboni.
First up, the officials then. Simone Sosa, the referee, the two assistant referees, Ciro Carboni and Alberto Tegoni. Michael Fabri is our fourth official, and the pair in the VAR room as well, Valerio Marini and Daniele Doveri, who will get their medals, I'm sure, as well. Indeed they do. The match officials have been recognised, and credit to Simone Sosa. He did a very good job in what was a difficult match to officiate. Wasn't afraid to dole out yellow cards. Didn't have to produce a red. And now Inter, who were hoping to make it 9 wins in this competition and 4 on the bounce. We still don't have a team winning 4 in a row. Milan's run from the early 90s, matched by the Nerazzurri last year, but not bettered this time around. And Simone Inzaghi stays on 5 triumphs here, 2 with Lazio, 3 with Inter. He's still the most successful coach in this competition. But for once, they're watching on as one of their rivals wins. It's not been a sensation they've had to experience recently domestically. Kept winning the Coppa Italia, Super Cup under Simone Inzaghi. Typically, when they make it to a final, they win it, with the exception of Manchester City. And now, this game has bucked the trend too. And you have to feel for Denzel Dumfries in particular, as who his 2 goals in the semi-final that got into here almost single-handedly. And unfortunately, we're having to witness the usual scenes of players immediately taking off their medal. Why they can't keep it on for a few minutes, I don't know.
It's good to see Patrick come up. AC Milan sportsmanship, giving the round of applause to the Inter players. It's always a good things to see.
Mediterranean, a goal scorer tonight, but I'm sure he would have traded that goal for a winner's medal. Inter will regret the absence of Marcus Thuram, their top scorer this season. Might have been a different game with him on the pitch, but that's part of the game. Milan were also without several faces as well, Okafor and Chukwueze in particular. There is Ezio Maria Simonelli,
Ladies and gentlemen,
the new president of Lega Serie A.
team of the EA Sports FC Super Cup 2025, Milan!
السيدات والسادة رحبوا معنا بالفائز ببطولة كأس السوبر الإيطالي.
There is the Minister for Sport, Abdulillah Aldilak. Well, the question is it Davide Calabria who hoists the trophy as the club captain? They've been exchanging the armband plenty this season. Maignan wore it tonight. Leao has been captain this season. Teo is skipper the side as well. In a state of flux when it comes to senior figures, but the senior players all stepped up tonight. Christian Pulisic gets his first piece of silverware in Milan colours. Played a big part in it as well, scoring in the semi-final and the final. Tammy Abraham sneaks a cheeky kiss. And Fik Tamori, a winner once again with Milan as a rocker part of the side in the 2022 Scudetto winning team.
Last year they saw Inter celebrating the Scudetto. They were waiting for their chance.
Benasser's got a shiner. Not sure how he got that black eye. Luka Jovic, who's been out with a groin problem for a long time now.
Spotted Calabria being the last there.
Teo there with him as well. Kevin Zeroli, a kid from the academy, along with Francesco Camarda, 2 of the Milan Futuro stars, the under-23 side playing in the 3rd tier, who've been part of the first team squad this season. They'll be delighted as well. And a trophy is a trophy. Yes, it's a short route to winning this piece of silverware, but they've still had to defeat the cup winners from last season, the league champions as well, and their arch rivals Inter. And Sergio Conceição called in mid-season with a job to do, and he started that job in impeccable fashion. Maignan and Calabria are going to share the trophy duties as co-captains on this occasion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner
The Super Cup sparkles for the Rossoneri in Riyadh. Davide Calabria lifts it aloft. Sergio Conceição wins his first 2 matches in charge of the Rossoneri. And Milan end into streak in this competition. They trailed 2-0, they came back to win by 3-2. It's the 8th time they've won this piece of silverware in their history. And it is the first trophy since the Scudetto 3 seasons ago now. And Milan will enjoy their night in the Middle East. That's all from me, Patrick Kendrick, along with Manuel Pascali. We'll leave you to enjoy the celebrations here at Al Awwal Park, where it finished Inter 2, Milan 3, and Milan are the winners of the EA Sports FC Super Cup. Good night.
The Coppa Italia Frecciarossa was brought to you by Serie A and the Italian Trade Agency.